Welcome to the first in my series of the 10-minute tutorials on lower back pain and how to manage it through yoga techniques, Pilates techniques and restorative yoga. It's such an important part, this stress relieving side of the practice for helping to heal and sort of get back to a mobile and sort of free and happy spine. So first of all, we're going to start on our backs, so in constructive rest position, which I think is a really useful pose for anyone suffering with lower back pain if you don't have any props around. So just bending the knees and having the feet a little bit wider than the knees if comfortable, and then the knees either resting in or resting apart. So find what works for you. It's really important to listen to the body. Everyone's bodies are made up differently, have different restrictions, and so it's really important to key into what your body needs, what feels right. So closing the eyes and either resting the hands on the belly or arms alongside the body, palms facing up, and just resting here for a moment. Starting to relax the breath. And really let go of any tension residing in the body and mind. If you feel like your chin is poking up quite high here, you can always use a cushion to rest the head on. It's a really nice thing to do to lengthen the back of the spine and get really this length here. So just a couple more breaths. Starting to settle the body. And then gently bringing the feet hip distance apart. We want the feet, knees, hips in line with those front two hip bones. And we want the feet about a foot to a foot and a half away from the bum. And we're just going to start with some gentle pelvic rocks, so classic kind of Pilates rocks. Taking a breath in and then exhale, tucking the pelvis under, lowering, sort of drawing the pubic bone towards you, flattening the lower back to the floor. And then inhale as we tilt forward, taking the pubic bone towards the feet, arching into the lower back here. And then just moving to and fro. So exhale to draw the navel back down to the spine to feel that pelvis tucking under, and then inhale to take it the other way. And just moving through these pelvic rocks with care and attention, so noticing which way feels maybe a little bit tighter for you, what feels maybe more restricted, and noticing if any pain's creeping in, trying to stay relaxed in the spine, so staying relaxed in the bum and the legs here. So we're really just tucking and tilting the pelvis. It's all happening in the pelvis. So articulating, mobilizing into the vertebra of the spine. And I'm going to take the movement a little bit smaller. So we're just coming really just like a millimetre either side of neutral position, which is our sort of plumb line through the spine. So we've got 4 natural curves of the spine. We want a little bit of an arch of the lumbar off the floor, but not too much. And then we're going to do these, like I said, really minute pelvic rocks either side, really fluidly, so much looser than what we were doing before. And hopefully you'll feel a little bit of tone building in the pelvic floor there. And that tone is so important for building this core stability that we want to encourage to support the spine. Good. And then we're going to come and find our neutral spine again, that still position with the 4 natural curves. And we're going to come into bridge position. So you want to make sure any cushions or anything underneath the head are removed now. Pop to one side, you want the head on the mat. Feet a little bit closer to the bum. We're going to take a breath into the belly and exhale. We're going to tuck the pelvis under. Push the feet into the floor and roll up really slowly, taking the pubic bone towards you, tailbone towards the knees, articulating through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, coming up. And arms alongside the body, so shoulders and arms really resting into the floor. We want to make sure that we're not putting too much pressure on the neck. If you've got any neck injuries, don't come up quite so high. But directing the energy past the thighs to the opposite side of the room, feet strong into the floor. And feel this lengthening action of the tailbone towards the knees, really breathing into the spine there. Try not to hold the breath if you can, just free flowing with the breath. Keeping the chest open. And then on the next exhale, tucking the pelvis under, rolling down through the spine. Upper spine comes down first. And then that feeling of flattening the lower back to the floor and then tilting back into our neutral position. Good, we'll do that one more time. So taking a breath into the belly. Exhale, we're going to tuck the pelvis under, draw the pubic bone towards us, rolling through the spine, pushing the feet into the floor. articulating through, getting this length, this tucking action, tucking the pelvis action of the tailbone going towards the knees, lengthening through the spine, releasing any tension around the shoulders, the neck, breathing into it, feeling that support of both feet into the floor. Keep breathing. Good, and then on the next exhale, rolling down through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, coming all the way down, tilting back into our lovely neutral position. Okay, we're going to roll over onto our side, and we do that by bringing the knees a little bit into the chest, rolling over, and then using one hand to really support ourselves as we're coming up. Coming into a lunge now. So you can use a chair for this. If you just got a chair lying around the house, a little bit like this, or just a simple chair, on the back of it facing towards you and coming into a kneeling position. We want to be fairly far back from the chair. We want to be able to hold the chair for support. And then we're going to take the left foot forward. And you might need to walk that back further back if you would like to. But we're not going to come into the lunge by sinking into it, so avoiding this crunching action into the lower back. We're actually going to keep the tailbone tucked under, the pelvis tucked under, the tailbone going down to the floor, pubic bone coming towards the navel. And then with this length in the spine, we're going to bend into this front knee, having the back knee down, toes on the floor. And just breathing into this lovely hip stretch here in the right hip, but without collapsing forward. And you can feel the pressure of that front foot into the floor and feel how that helps us stay nice and upright. So pushing that front foot into the floor, relaxing the shoulders and arms, and really just sinking slowly without, like I said, collapsing here into the lower back. Breathing into that stretch there. Really good stretch for the hips. Often the hip flexors can be a really tight area for those of us suffering from lower back pain. And then pushing that front foot into the floor, coming up, bringing the knee back, and then bring the foot back underneath the hip, and then taking the other foot forward. And then again, coming down slowly into our lunge, feeling a lovely stretch here in the hip, without collapsing the spine, coming down too low. So keep pushing that front foot into the floor, using the chair for support. If you feel you don't need the chair, you can always bring your hands down. You can always rest the hands on yoga blocks if you've got them at any one level, various different levels you can work out with these blocks. But the most important thing, like I said, is not to crunch into the lower back. So if you're feeling any pain in the lower back, come up a little bit, use more support underneath the hands. Breathing into it. So feeling a lovely stretch in the hip flexors here. And then pushing this front foot into the floor, coming up. Now for the restorative posture we're going to try today, we're going to try a version of legs up the wall. So we've got our chair, so we might as well use it for this. You can have the legs directly up the wall, but if you are a little bit tight in the hamstrings and the backs of the legs, it is really nice to use a chair, and a really simple way to do this. So we're going to turn the chair around, so we can rest the legs on it. Now we're going to come down and lie onto our backs. The bum quite close to the end of the chair, or if you're using the wall, then quite close to the wall. And then we're going to lower ourselves down and sort of swing the legs up onto the chair. Again, you can use a cushion foot underneath the head if you need to here, that's fine. And either placing the hands on the belly or arms alongside the body, palms facing up. And again, letting the shoulders relax into the floor, letting the chest open here. And you can stay here, I recommend, for about at least 10 minutes really to get the full benefit of the inversion, as the blood and the lymph can really recirculate back into the heart, and we really feel this lovely slight inversion of the head lower than the heart here. So it could be a really restorative posture, supporting the legs on the chair, like I said, if you're very tight in the hamstrings. And just staying here and relaxing, closing the eyes and being with the breath for at least 10 minutes. So staying there for as long as you like. And I hope you can join me tomorrow for day 2 of my tutorials. If you'd like more information about my summer course for Yogalates for back pain that I'm going to be running in Fulham and Twickenham, then do head to my website and check that out. It's at yogalateslondon.com/summer-course, so you can find it in the classes section on my website. And yeah, message me if you've got any questions or any comments about this tutorial, and anything else you'd like to learn, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.